Felice Miranda, volunteer for United Way Speakers Bureau from LiveWorkPlay. And by the way, if you want to make a donation to United Way, you can do it online at www.unitedwayottawa.ca, or you can call 613-228-6767. And the campaign wraps up December 1st at the Canadian Museum of Nature, and you're all invited. The public's invited. The United Way campaign. We only have, it's today is the 13th of November. We're going till December the 1st when they have the big announcement of how much they made. Right now there's about 10 million shortfall. There's 23 million, which in years ago would have been enough to do twice a campaign, but we still have ways to go. And in our program, as you know, the first segment of each hour, we feature someone from United Way to highlight the work of United Way. In this feature, we are delighted to welcome Felice Miranda. Felice, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Great, that's good. How do you, tell me how you get to feel great? Just by being on CFRA radio, is that all it takes?
I think so, on a Sunday evening at 9 o'clock, yes.
That makes your day. Right.
I think so.
That's really nice of you to join us, and we really appreciate it. You're actually on the United Way Speakers Bureau. That means that you should have an easy time getting through my grilling questions.
Well, it's different speaking to people than I'm speaking to a person, but I'm on the radio, so I'm a little nervous.
Not to worry, everything is fine.
Good.
So, how long ago did you join the Speakers Bureau?
I've been with the Speakers Bureau. This is my 4th year.
And do you have, how many gigs did you do this year already?
I've done 13, and I have 2 more coming up on Tuesday.
Really?
Yes.
So, interesting. What are you allowed to say, do you give the same speech 15 times?
I do. I do,
good
actually.
for you.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
It's a nice story, and it just, and it gives an overview about the organization, LiveWorkPlay, that my daughter belongs to. I talk about my daughter, and of course, how the United Way supports LiveWorkPlay with funding. Right.
So you give the same exact speech. It goes for about 10 minutes or 12?
It's about 7-8 minutes.
You know it by heart?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. So
of course I do.
we could actually
I don't use notes.
We could actually get you to do it already, but maybe down towards the end, we can maybe ask you to do what you consider to be the highlight crescendo moment of the speech. But
yes, I do have that.
Now, you're a real estate agent.
Yes, I am.
Right. And
that gives me flexibility in time.
Well, yeah, it gives you flexibility for sure, right. So you could make your own hours. You say, sorry, I can't show you the house now because I got to go to United Way.
I'm on the way to the United Way.
Yeah.
Priorities.
But the interesting thing is that you not only are on the Speakers Bureau, but you have a personal story, which I'm sure is part and parcel of your presentation involving your daughter.
Yes, it is.
Tell us a little bit about that.
The organization that I speak on is LiveWorkPlay, which is an organization that supports people with intellectual disabilities so they can live a good life and be contributing citizens in the community.
Right.
My daughter was diagnosed when she was 6 years old with a genetic syndrome, and with that came learning disabilities, social immaturity, poor problem-solving skills, and qualifies her as a person with an intellectual disability. And we were introduced, she's 22 years old now, and we were introduced to LiveWorkPlay 9 years ago.
Right.
And it's made huge changes in her quality of life, which in turn make my quality of life better also.
I can imagine. She's living at home with you.
No, she's not. She's living on her own.
Great.
And she's actually supported by workers through LiveWorkPlay.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
we had LiveWorkPlay on our program a little while ago, and you can talk about it intellectually so much. Nothing is as powerful as actually hearing someone saying, I have a daughter, LiveWorkPlay made it happen for her, and that's United Way in action. Exactly.
Yeah, especially with what they're doing now is the funding that United Way gives LiveWorkPlay. It's to help people with disabilities get meaningful employment. And it's hard to believe with 150,000 people with disabilities living in Ottawa. First, that's staggering. But next, that 1 in 6 of them live in poverty, and only 43% are employed in the workforce, which is, this is unbelievable, 17% below the national average.
Yeah, we're not
and here we are, the capital of Canada.
Right. I don't get it. I spoke to them, and I said to them, why is it that we're so low? I think everyone's perplexed. They really don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's organizations like LiveWorkPlay with the employment support people. They're going out and finding employers and educating them and removing the barriers so they can employ people with disabilities.
The interesting thing is that the employers who have them as employees rave about them.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah.
So it's going to take a while to break it. One theory that they told me was maybe because it's a government town and the major employer is the government and it's civil service, and I don't know. Does that add up to anything to you?
Well, it shouldn't. It should be the opposite. We should be setting an example for the country.
Yeah, for sure.
Really, and we have such a great economy in Ottawa. People are making money. They're thriving. Real estate selling. Let's get people.
You would know that, right?
That's right. Let's get people with disabilities employed so they can, just live a better life, become self-sufficient, have dignity, and lifted out of poverty is the main thing, because it's 1 in 6 people are living in poverty that have disabilities.
And that is an issue, and so you're taking it from both ends. Number one, you're a beneficiary because of your daughter, but you're also drumming up the public awareness to the point that this should become, I guess, in some of the places where you went to for United Way, speeches were places where they employ people. And this could open up their eyes, too.
Oh, actually, at two of my presentations, they came up to me and said, who do I talk to at LiveWorkPlay to see what we can do? And 100%. I thought that was great. And then the other reactions I get when I'm out speaking are people that come up to me and say, I know someone that could benefit from an organization like LiveWorkPlay. I never knew it existed. I get a lot of that, or just people that have lived with being bullied, and they just could relate, and it's just wonderful.
Right, now the play part of it, I maybe throw people off, because live work you can get through, but the play part
that's easy to explain.
Yeah. So why did you do that?
I'm going. It all goes when I think about meaningful employment. What happens there is when people get jobs, their self-esteem goes up and they become happier, and then they want to go out and socialize with people because they're feeling good and they have money to go out and do things. So LiveWorkPlay has workers that help people with disabilities go out into the community and get involved in their community. My daughter's taking a dance class on Sunday afternoons, and one of the workers from LiveWorkPlay is going with her for the first few times. So
you think Live, Work, Play works better than Live, Work, Enjoy?
When you're playing, you're joyful.
Okay. All right. So you have now the soapbox.
I do?
Yeah, you have a soapbox. Now I have a minute to make. So give us the best minute of your presentation that you've made 15 times. Okay. I'm going to tell you what meaningful employment does for people.
My best minute. Here we go. I can tell you, Live, Work, Play makes changes in people's lives, and I know that because I live those changes every day, and I have been living them every day with my daughter forever, and just being with Live, Work, Play has just made wonderful changes in her life. But meaningful employment, and I'll tell you what it does for people with disabilities in our community. I use the Chinese proverb. If you give a man a fish, you will feed him for a day. If you teach a man to fish, you will feed him for a lifetime. And that is what United Way gives funding to Live, Work, Play, so they can help people with disabilities get meaningful employment, and they in turn can live, work, and play in a caring and welcoming community of Ottawa. Well done. Well done. Thank you very, very much, and good luck on your speeches. I'm sure somebody can wake you up in the middle of your sleep and you can give it. Yes, I could. Right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Felice Miranda, volunteer for United Way Speakers Bureau from LiveWorkPlay. And by the way, if you want to make a donation to United Way, you can do it online at www.unitedwayottawa.ca, or you can call 613-228-6767. And the campaign wraps up December 1st at the Canadian Museum of Nature, and you're all invited. The public's invited.